Hey up everyone, welcome back to the History of Football channel. Today on the channel I'll be doing another Football League ground, talking about the history of that ground. It's been a while since I did the last one, but today's ground that I'm talking about is the Racecourse Ground, the home of Wrexham A.F.C. According to online sources, the Racecourse Ground has been around since at least 1807. However, it's only been used for football since 1864. This is when Wrexham began playing there, as they were formed at the Turf Hotel Public House in October 1864. It's been reported that before the Racecourse Ground held football matches that it was used for horse racing and cricket matches. I could not find when Wrexham played their first ever match at the Racecourse Ground, but it did host the first ever Wales home international football match on the 5th of March 1877. During the 1950s, the Racecourse Ground received extensive renovations. Most notably, there was concrete terracing put on the Cop End, and on the 30th of September 1959, new floodlights were installed at the stadium. There wasn't any further expansion to the ground until 1978, when the border stand was built, and it would take a further 21 years for any other further developments to happen at the stadium. This happened in 1999, where a new stand was built. It was originally called the Price Griffiths stand, but then it was renamed the Mould Road stand. During the early 2000s, the club had financial issues, and there was a controversial change in ownership. Under the new lease agreement at the time, it could have seen Wrexham evicted from the Racecourse Ground and only given up to 12-month notice. It also increased the annual rent at the stadium for the club. In 2004, Wrexham Football Club was given a year's notice to quit the ground. This would ultimately lead to the club having to go to the High Court over the matter. In 2004, Wrexham were placed in administration, and after a lengthy court battle, it was ruled that the stadium's ownership will be placed back in the administrator's hands. Over the next 15 years or so, the stadium was owned by a couple of different companies. There was Wrexham Village Limited, and there was also the involvement of Wrexham University in the stadium's ownership. And it wasn't until the takeover by Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney that the stadium's ownership came back into the club's hands. On the 25th of May 2023, the Racecourse Ground became officially known as the Stock Racecourse Ground, or also known as the Stock Car Res. This was due to a sponsorship deal with the Stock or Stoke Cold Brew Coffee Company. There are 4 stands at the Racecourse Ground currently. You have the Macron stand, which is the newest stand. It was built in 1999. You also have the Stock Cold Brew Coffee stand, which was formerly known as the Marston stand, the Tech End, or the Rexrent stand. There's the Wrexham Lager stand that was constructed and built in 1972. And of course, if you've been watching Wrexham matches on the telly, you might notice behind one of the goals that one of the stands is completely flattened or is being rebuilt currently, and that is the Cop. Now, this stand should be constructed and built quite soon. It's expected to take about 11 months in total to construct. The last time that I saw a Wrexham match behind the goal, construction had started, but I've seen some pictures of what it's going to look like when it's finished, and it's meant to have a capacity of around 5,000. Now, besides football, the Racecourse Ground has been used for rugby league. It was the home of the now defunct Crusaders Rugby League club that played in the Super League. It's hosted 9 international rugby league matches since the year 2000, and it's also hosted rugby union internationals with 4 in total, including 2 from the Rugby Union World Cups. The record attendance for a football match at the Racecourse Ground came on the 26th of January 1957, when Wrexham played against Manchester United in the FA Cup, and 34,445 attended that match. The biggest ever league attendance at the stadium was on the 26th of December 1936 in the 3rd Division North match against Chester City. 29,261 attended. The current capacity at the Racecourse Ground is 13,341, and the club currently play in League One. As we all know, since the takeover, Wrexham have rose through the leagues. They've gone from a non-league team to now in League One, and they're currently top of League One. And I've seen plans of what their stadium might look like in the future if they keep rising through the leagues. And this is an artist's conception of what the Racecourse Ground could look like somewhere down the line. The current owners want to potentially expand the Racecourse Ground to hold 55,000 people at the stadium. I mean, it's a big dream. It's something that I think might not happen, but you just never know. So that could potentially be what the Racecourse Ground looks like. So that is me video on the Racecourse Ground, just talking about some of the history and facts of the stadium. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. If you've been to this ground, let me know your memories. If you're a Wrexham supporter and away supporter, I'd like to hear from you. Thanks to everyone that supported the channel and continues to subscribe and watch the videos. It's much appreciated. This has been History of Football, and I'll catch us all later in the next one. Tatty bye for now.